Alright, what is up guys, it's Andreas / the Caterpillar Man here, and today we're gonna take a little look at Jeff Nippett's 7 things I wish I knew when I started lifting. Now, I have just watched this through, and I will give you all my own, if there is if there is any that I would like to add, or if I think these are the same that I would say. So, let's start it.
Things I would have either gotten results a lot years old, upper body workout, and I'll have a little bit more about that at the end. Okay, so the first thing I wish someone had told me early on is that I shouldn't let others influence my own training so easily.
I do agree with that. I agree with that a whole lot. Like, I'm still kind of in my new lifting era, I guess, because I've only been training seriously for just under 3 years. But I definitely back in time would let things influence me a lot, like what exercises I should do or how I should do exercise and that kind of stuff. But I don't really do that as much as I used to.
I see this manifest in a few ways in new lifters, and I'd say it's most common in young lifters. Probably the most dangerous form of this is lifting to impress your friends. Or
ego lifting. As I probably correctly said this, I believe. Leave your ego at the door. Don't lift for ego. You just lift properly. Lift with proper technique, and with proper technique and proper form, basically the same thing. But just do it properly. Don't do it like, oh, I can lift uneven. Like, I don't do like, oh, I can lift this bench if I get my buttocks legs off of the seat. No, keep your buttocks in the seat and lift lighter weights.
Or other people in the gym. Usually this results in loading on more weight than you can handle with good form, and so you end up doing things like not squatting to full depth, not touching the bar to your chest on the bench press, or having your spotter curl the weight up for you. And trust me, as an experienced lifter, I can say that no one really cares how much weight you can move if it's not done with good form.
Agreed. 100% agree with Jeff on this. No one is gonna care how much weight you lift. I don't care if you think, oh, the girls are gonna look at it. No, if anything, it's the guys that's gonna be looking at it. Believe me. Most girls, also, I don't know much about girls because I'm a nerd gym goer. No, but literally, from my experience, women don't really look at how much you lift. Like, I've been in the gym seriously for like close to 3 years, as I said earlier, and I've never had a woman compliment me on how much I lift or my muscles or anything.
Number 2 is that building muscle and losing fat is actually pretty simple.
It is. To build muscle, you need 4 things. You need water, protein, energy, and stimulus for muscle growth. 4 things. Those are the 4 things you need. 3 of them are in your diet, 1 of them is what you do in the weight room. Consume less calories than you burn off. There we go. That is how simple it is. Be in a caloric deficit. Use some sort of app to track your nutrition, which is what I'm doing currently. You just use a app to calculate. I know Jeff has an app called MacroFactor. I am using I'm using my own app. It's not mine, but it's one that has been recommended to me by some family. But yeah, it's literally so simple as gaining weight, it's a calorie surplus, extra protein to build the muscle, calorie deficit, losing fat.
As a beginner. The third thing I wish I realized is just how much genetics matter. And when I say this, a lot of people get discouraged because they assume maybe they don't have the best genetics for building muscle, and so there's no real point in even trying.
I would say always at least give it a shot. Take 3 months, 4 months, and where you really dial it in with your training and your nutrition. And if you don't see that much weight gain, or just gain in general, as I said, track your macros, track your calories, or at least track your protein and your calories, and then make sure you are in a surplus, and make sure that you are having enough protein and that you're training hard. Don't just, I'm gonna do 10 reps, but I could actually do 20. No, if you can do 20 reps, go for at least 17 or 18, in my opinion. It's always it's like good. Like 2 to 3 reps in reserve at the maximum. Or like the minimum. You should have a minimum or a maximum of 2 to 3 reps in reserve. Unless you're a new beginner. If you're a beginner, go in and train like, I don't know, like boring, easy, like it was a rest day or something. Just go easy on yourself. Don't go too hard, and just chill. You are in your newbie stages. You're gonna build muscles so easy on the newbie stage.
Trick for this. Okay, the fourth thing I wish I knew when I started is that your physique is gonna look very different based on lighting, your level of pump, the time of the day.
Another great one from Jeff. Your physique is going to look very different, especially if you want to look how your physique looks the most realistic, the most real you can make your physique look. The most real you can make your physique look is in the morning, right after you went to the bathroom. That is the best time to weigh in and get your pictures, in my opinion.
Piggybacking off the last one, I think being very analytical about your training and nutrition as a beginner is a very good thing for driving progress. So you should have some kind of workout logbook or app where you track your weights and reps from week to week. And I also think that tracking macros, or at least tracking your food intake, is the best way to know exactly what you're putting in your body and how you can regulate that to best suit your goals. And following a meal plan also can work fine as long as the macros are well suited to your needs, but I prefer to set up a more flexible approach for beginners so you don't become a slave to that particular meal plan, and you'll be able to be more flexible with your approach over time as your goals and needs change.
One thing that I will actually recommend doing is writing down a specific, like let's say, 5-6 meals that you wanna have in the morning, like 5 or 6 different that you can have in the morning, 5 or 6 at lunch, 5 or 6 as a snack, and 5 or 6 as dinner. I had a coach last year. It is current 2025, by the way. But I had a coach, absolutely amazing, and I had like 5 or 6 different meal options for each meal, and that helped me a lot because I would always know I was hitting my exact macros, I was hitting my exact calories. So just try to do that. Write some meals down, meals that you love. Even include like a little treat that you can have on the weekends. Like I had Cocoa Pops with a protein shake in the weekends. So don't be afraid to have a little sweet.
Okay, so number 6 is that you don't need steroids to build an impressive physique.
100 freaking %, Jeff. 100 freaking % you don't. That is so true. You don't need steroids at all to build an impressive physique. I am so happy that Jeff brought this up because you really don't need steroids to build an impressive physique. You just need consistency, and you also need the genetics. Most people that you see on your Instagram or TikTok or Twitter feed, all these people are on steroids or have amazing genetics. I don't care who it is. Anyone who says genetics doesn't have a point or is a very small margin of the reason that you look the way you do are wrong. If you ask me, your genetics decide everything. It decides if you're gonna grow a beard. I can't grow a freaking beard. It's gonna decide if your clavicles are big and you look like you have wide shoulders. It's gonna determine if you have a small waist. It's gonna determine how much muscle you can build, right?
A lot of early lifters get so convinced that in order to build any muscle or have a lean physique at all, then you need to use steroids, and this simply isn't true. I'm not going to go into any length or detail here, but I think steroid use, especially when you're still new to the gym, can set up a slippery slope for serious mental and physical health issues down the road.
Yes. Let me just commentate on that. Because steroids is going to wreck your life. Like I don't have any experience with steroids, but from what I've seen from people that have used it, Rich Piana, as an example, the mountain dog. Now I remember what I wanted to talk about. Yeah, steroids when you're new to the gym is an absolute no-go. Absolutely do not do it. You have newbie gains. This is the easiest time of your life to build muscle. Don't start using steroids. Just don't. And if you want to start using steroids, please, first of all, read up on the what steroids do, side effects, all this kind of stuff. I would even say if you are gonna use PEDs, you have to have a coach, somebody who can actually help you through the PEDs. Yep.
Road, especially when you cycle off and lose most of the size you had put on, which can then perpetuate the problem over time. So anyway, I talked about those issues in detail in a Steroid Science Explained video, which I'll have linked down below. And also, I think there is something to be said for more or less maxing out your natural genetic potential first before even thinking about turning to steroids, because this way you're going to be forced to learn how your body really works and how it responds to different training styles without having the magic of steroids in your corner from the outset. And the final thing I wish I'd been told.
Also, with steroids, with steroids, you gotta remember, it's once you're on steroids, your body's going to be ruined. And by ruined, it sounds like a powerful word, but you're probably gonna have acne, high blood pressure, could get a blood clot, could gain all kinds of stuff that could kill you. You could easily get a heart attack and die at 25, maybe even. If you're like a guy like Togi, he's not gonna live past 30, you know?
Forced to learn how your body really works and how it responds to different training styles without.
Another thing is, I know I said that you should have a coach, and you should have a coach if you're going to go the PED route. But before you go on PEDs, if I have already said this is going to be cut out. But if you want to take PEDs, but you haven't been 100% serious with your training and your nutrition for at least a year or two, you need to reconsider. You need to go and go 100% in. No missed meals, no missed cardio, no missed training session, no nothing. Just 100% focus on the gym. If you have a regular lap, just still make sure you get your meals in, get your water in, get everything in and make sure that you have a great lift.
Without having the magic of steroids in your corner from the outset. And the final thing I wish I'd been told when I started lifting is that when you're new to training, you are by far the most primed for growth.
I've already talked about this, haven't I? Newbie gains are real, yes, very much. These are the best. These are literally, these times with newbie gains are literally the easiest time you will ever have to put on weight, put on muscle. It's gonna be the easiest you will ever experience. Anyways, that is basically it for the video. There's not much more to what Jeff has said that I'm going to that Jeff is saying that Jeff is going to say that I haven't said already. So I hope that y'all enjoyed the video. I know I rambled a lot, but I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see ya in the next one. Goodbye.